People always ask me what it's like to work with my father, and what's it like?
It's easy. It's matter of mindset. You know, when you get to my age and you want to start settling down, you have to pass it on to the younger children. Some younger children take their parents' businesses and destroy them. I happen to be one of the few that my daughter's just taking it to the next level, blowing it up. So it's good. And you know, as an owner, you have to sit back and say, okay, I'm now an employee. And as long as you can roll with that and you can accept that and let your child, who's really smarter than you, take it to the next level. And thank God he's shining upon us and it's working.
It was definitely baptism by fire. We would
No,
say this.
no doubt.
We're 15 years into this. There was definitely blood, sweat, and tears to get to where we
No
did.
doubt. I threw you to the wolves and the wolves didn't eat you.
Remember that day when the first week you went away and you were like, hey, I'm going to leave you here by yourself. And if there's jobs on the schedule, you're hired. Yeah. What happened to your appointment book that week?
It was quite busy. You didn't bring home my cover, so that was a problem.
Well, but remember when all of a sudden I was sitting at the home office before we were at the other office, now we're here, but I had turned around and I was like, oh, what did I do? And I turned around and your appointment book that I had booked got stuck in the shredder.
But still, those are challenges we can avoid. It's ironic that, you know, I always went through life always believing that while you're climbing up the ladder, you're going over people. And on your way down, you're going over those same people. The truth in what we do, other than other companies, when we climb the ladder, we never hurt anybody. We never kick them off. True. And guess what? It's like Mr. Wonderful says, all roads lead back to Marcor because they all freaking come back.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, even though they screwed us and they did all the kind of crazy stuff that they shouldn't have done, they still come back to us because we have one of the unique 1-2 punches that other companies cannot get it. They can't get that 1-2 punch, and we got it.
Yeah, I mean, but look at how hard we had to work to do it. I mean,
and we're still working hard.
Every day, and every day it's evolving, but, you know, it's trying to do things so proactively, trying to do things the right way, which is obviously, you know, not an easy task. But obviously our customers are most important, our employees are most important. But, you know, when watching you, when I was growing up and, you know, my bedroom was right next to the office and the bookkeeper would come in and I remember seeing, you know, and hearing what was going on. And I was younger, I was in college, I was in high school. And just seeing you get hurt in business by people just it gave me the drive to want to just protect you more and protect our families more. And, you know, I think that it shows, you know, it shows my girls that it's okay to work hard as a woman. And, you know, it's definitely different growing up in this generation. And I think it's different for you to have even accepted that, you know, me being a working mom and, you know, not being able to be around as much and the amount of hours that, you know, when a storm hits, when there's mornings we're here at, you know, 4:30, 5:30 in the morning doing paperwork, it's grueling, and we eat, sleep, and breathe this. And I think that is what makes the two of us so successful together is, you know, like you always say, I make the promises, but you deliver them. And, you know, I tell people all the time, like, it's like we're like playing football and I got the ball and, you know, I throw it down the field to you and I know you're going to catch it and I know you're running into the end zone with it. But to be able to have that together and to know that I can make those promises to people and you're going to deliver, that doesn't happen often. And we really are like this yin and yang to each other. It's definitely been hard.
We're the only two knuckleheads that can go to Las Vegas for 36 hours.
I think it was less. But, you know, when we're talking about how like-minded we are, and I think when we were away at that conference, we realized it in a matter of 24 hours, like seriously how much we were there. We landed, we were on a mission to get to that trade show, walk that show as quick as, you know, get everything we could as quick as we could and just get back to our business and get home. Because the business, you know, it's not that our team couldn't handle it. They're great here. but there were just so many things that needed to be done that we wanted to be here for. And I just think that what we're building, I still feel like we haven't even scratched the surface.
Nobody can do what we can do. And that's the key. That's why we don't stay away long. Even taking vacations is very difficult for us.
Yeah.
Because the 1-2 punch is us. And yeah, we have a support team, but it's still a challenge because not everybody is vested the way we are. We put a lot of our heart and soul, a lot of our
resources, our money,
into this. I mean, look at what you built here. If it was just me alone and I was still in total control of this company, I wouldn't be here. I would never have bought a building. I would never have expanded like this. I'd have sat in that little office and I would have been happy. I would have made it happen. You know, growing is a challenge because until you cross that threshold of profitability, you know, again, we watch Shark Tank a lot. And Shark Tank, you see these people doing $50 million a year in business and losing money. And I could say, how is that possible? Well, now that we're setting these structures up, absolutely. You can do $50 million a year and lose 10%, 20%. Yeah. Until that your name is out there and everybody wants to buy your product. So yeah, we're there. Another year, I think, we'll start to see the daylight.
I think that, you know, we've also got so many of these, you know, we had so many of these ideas that are actually becoming
No, they're your
real.
Ideas.
Well, I mean, but you're
They're your ideas. I just say, okay.
But you're also helping make them happen because you're helping me produce them and making them real life. But, you know, from, you know, the WBE stuff, you know, on the supply side, and from us having, you know, the solar division and how that evolved and morphed, and, you know, how we've branched that out. You know, it's not like, you know, when people say, oh, well, you own multiple businesses, why multiple? You know, it's not like we're sitting here and we say, oh, well, you know, we own a hair salon, we own a daycare, we own a restaurant, and we own a construction company. Every single one of our businesses actually feeds into one another, and they have the crossover. So, you know, our world of construction truly is a game of baseball. It's just, you're going to throw a ball at me, I'm going to find a way to hit it some way.
Hit it out of the park.
But, you know, whether it's an insurance claim, whether it's a, you know, a multifamily or new construction, or dealing with your regular homeowner, or even having, you know, a repair service division. You know, there's just so many opportunities that we truly haven't even branched out on, and we're doing it, and I don't think we could do it without each other.
No doubt. Impossible. Can't be done.